Welcome to Blogs and Articles. In this series, we look at blog posts, articles online, and news stories about love, marriage, dating, and relationships. I'll provide some coaching questions for exploration, as I would for a client who is in this situation. Then, I'll provide my commentary at the end of just being myself, unfiltered and unadulterated. Hi, I'm Janelle, the relationship coach behind The Successful Invisible. Check out my links below if you're interested in working with me for group coaching or one-on-one coaching. The goal of exploring these blog posts, articles online, and news stories is to get insights from experts, promote greater self-reflection and self-awareness about your own behaviors and mindset, and hopefully allow you to become a more intentional and clear individual as you navigate love, marriage, dating, and relationships. I came across this article on the New York Post from last summer, and I still think it's very applicable to the climate that we're in today. So this says, millennial men want 1950s housewives after they have kids. The ambition of millennial women has long been lauded. From their girl power childhoods to their PhDs, women are now the backbone of the workforce. In 2018, 74 men earned bachelor's degrees for every 100 women. Some 64% of women are now breadwinners or equal earners in their households, and no wonder. They've grown up being told that women are able to do and be anything until they become mothers. At that point, many of their partners apparently expect them to turn into June Cleaver on Leave It to Beaver. Laura Beslan's new book, Ambitious Like a Mother, explores how working mothers get tasked with a second shift, i.e., all the domestic and family work that occurs after paid work ends for the day. Even among households where partners initially split chores equally, childcare ends up falling to mothers. 75% of moms are the ones who assume responsibility for appointments like children's checkups. They're also 4 times more likely than their partners to miss work to take care of sick children, a statistic that became all too clear during the COVID pandemic. Even in normal times, women spend approximately 2 hours more per day tending to domestic work than their partners. A 2013 research paper by economics professor Francine Deblois and Lawrence M. Kahn claim that modern men do not adjust the amount of time they dedicate to housework based on their wives' employment status. In other words, putting in long hours at the office doesn't mean your husband is necessarily going to pick up the slack and wash out the baby's bottle. Women are exhausted, and many of their partners just aren't helping. One mother in Beslan's book explained that even though she out-earned her husband, she was still responsible for anything related to schoolwork, doctor's appointments, my child's IEP plan. My husband didn't make any effort to understand it. Professional working mothers who find themselves with partners who are unwilling to make that shift in perspective and allocation of time and resources have a tough choice, writes Beslan. Radically compromise who they are and what they want to stay in the marriage or leave. Plenty of women opt for the latter. According to a 2015 study by the American Sociological Association, women initiate 69% of divorces, and among college-educated women, it's 90%. Breegan Jane, whom Beslan interviewed for the book, initially tried to tell herself that she was okay with traditional gender roles. However, she found that her contributions around the home were never fully valued. Her husband gave people the impression that she was his spoiled wife. She divorced him, started flipping homes, and became an HGTV host who helps rebuild homes for families in need. Her kids could not be more excited about her work. Another woman Beslan spoke to spotted the problem early on when her fiance told her she would have to lower her ambitions if they were going to have children. She broke off the engagement instead. Beslan experienced this choice herself. In addition to author, she is also a lawyer. Following the birth of their children, her own husband hoped she would stop chasing after bigger, harder projects so that I could be more present. She felt certain her children would understand her need for fulfilling work and would benefit by knowing that mom is out there making the world a better place. She had a great point. Studies show that children of working mothers are just as well adjusted and have no more behavioral problems than their peers. Her husband, however, did not understand. The couple divorced, not an easy solution by any means, but working mothers who get divorced report that they are happier. In Bezelon's case, she found that sharing custody of her children creates protected time pockets where I can be productive and focus on her work with fewer distractions and with full knowledge that child care duties are truly being divided equally. In 2022, for families to thrive, husbands may need to start supporting their wives' careers the way wives have supported their husbands for generations. Women aren't going to go backwards. If men want relationships to last, they'll have to go forward into the 21st century. And here's the cover of Laura Bezelon's book, Ambitious Like a Mother, Why Prioritizing Your Career is Good for Your Kids. I thought this was a really cool article to bring up, and I want to get into some questions that, as a relationship coach, I would definitely pose to a client who is facing this type of situation, whether they're dating or in a relationship already. So, first question is around balancing expectations and realities. Number one, how do societal expectations of gender roles influence the division of responsibilities in the household, especially after becoming parents? Number two, reflecting on work-life balance. What are the primary challenges faced when trying to balance professional ambitions with family responsibilities, particularly in households where one partner assumes the majority of the domestic workload? This is, I think, a super important thing to discuss when you're thinking of cohabitation, whether you have children already or not. Very important to reflect upon that balance, both for the paid labor outside the home as well as the unpaid labor in the home. Question 3 is around evaluating partner support. How do partners perceive and react to the professional and domestic aspirations of their spouses, especially when they deviate from traditional gender roles? Question 4, decision-making and self-identity. Given the challenges of balancing a professional life and domestic responsibilities, how do personal aspirations influence decisions in the relationship? Question 5, impact on children and household dynamics. What evidence or perspectives exist to suggest that children of working mothers fare in terms of adjustment and behavior? How does this align with concerns or beliefs about the role of a working mother in the household? Thank you for joining me today for this edition of Blogs and Articles. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Feel free to suggest other blog posts, articles, news stories, etc. related to love, marriage, dating, and relationships that you would like me to cover in this series. Thanks for tuning in today. This is Janelle, and I look forward to sharing some more great information with you next time. Check out my links below if you're interested in working with me for group coaching or one-on-one coaching.